The sounds of Questa and PH and Reason. The song is called Koala. Just making me think about all the things that we kind of take for granted are sometimes the things that we need to pay a little bit more attention to as our lives get more and more hectic, as our routines get more and more complicated, and as our circles get bigger and we expand ourselves to different avenues. We must always remember that even though opportunities come up, that take us to different places, we are never outside of the realm of things that could befall us in any which way. And today, the premise of why we are having this discussion, KNR Cares, as you know, being the socially responsible limb of Keith Ngesi Media. Under Keith Ngesi Media, we have Keith Ngesi Radio, Keith Ngesi Digital Television, and of course the Keith Ngesi Media Academy. But the unspoken and very loud KNR Cares initiative, being one of those that look at how we can affect small social change, but involving and rallying the troops, you being part of those troops, in order for us to see how we can get something done. And one of those things right now, one of those things that is on the tip of our tongues, and one of those situations that we believe we need to discuss, belong to the man you see on the screen right here. Silk Damoyi is a brother that I was fortunate to meet in a radio situation. I think Sasisem Dansana FM together. From there, I went to True FM, and he was there shortly after that. And years later, after all of that, we would also then meet up a Keith Ngesi Radio, and again become colleagues. So our radio journeys are very much intertwined. But this also means that we are people who love communicating with people who like to give people platforms. We are people who like to see the better side for other people, and also people who like to expose other people's abilities so that more people can know about them. Now, given all of this information, Usilk was involved with two other colleagues at the station that he has been taken at, which is True FM. Him and two other colleagues got into a motor vehicle accident, and Silk has some significant injuries. One being on his arm, where there is a very important surgery that needs to be done. At the current moment, Silk is at Green Acres Hospital, Kwapa, Gqeberha, and it's not a pretty situation. Let's start there. It is not a pretty situation. What is happening there is that there is an operation that needs to happen in order to correct what is happening with his arm. And at the current moment, what is stopping or withholding that from happening is that we have to raise a significant amount of funds in a very short space of time so that we can get this done. Alongside the Damoyi family and those friends and family members who are also rallying behind, we as a station have also decided to put our names in the hat to kind of assist and push people towards assisting. 65,000 Rand needs to be raised. 65,000 Rand needs to be raised for this surgery that may save Silk's right arm. And we would want nothing more than, at the very least, we all give it a shot and try our best to deal with someone who is dealing with a very traumatic situation. At the current moment, he has not been getting the help or the final help that he's going to need. He's been stabilized, I think, and just been waiting to see what could happen as a possibility for the assistance that kind of needs, which is in itself a traumatic experience. I want us to talk about trauma a little bit before we just talk about, fundraising and all of this. Let's talk about what happens when you're coping with a traumatic event. Um, a car accident of this magnitude, especially, cannot be an event which you don't replay in your head every time you close your eyes, as must be happening with Mr. Damoyi at the moment. So, most everyone has been through stressful events in his or her life. What the event or series of events causes is a lot of stress. And it's called a traumatic event. The traumatic events are marked by a sense of horror, they are marked by helplessness. Um, in this case, as well, marked by serious injury or threat of serious injury or death. Traumatic events affect survivors, rescue workers, and friends and relatives, victims, everybody who may be involved. They also have an impact on people who've seen the event either firsthand or on television, or maybe in their sensitivity to being in close proximity to a traumatic event have also received trauma from that. Now, imagine you are Silk Damoy at this moment. What are your responses to this traumatic event? I mean, the responses may vary. Other people, theirs includes feelings of fear or grief, depression. Others, it's physical and behavioral responses, nausea, dizziness, changes in appetite, sleep patterns, as well as, withdrawal from daily activities. So responses to trauma can last for weeks, for months. Others, people never feel normal again. This all depends on the level of it and also how long the trauma goes unattended. So there's PTSD, which is post traumatic stress disorder. This is an intense physical and emotional response, thoughts and reminders of events that last many weeks or for many weeks and months after the traumatic event. Basically, the symptoms fall into three broad types that we can literally get into. Okay. There are symptoms of reliving. What I was telling you about when you close your eyes and immediately go back to this traumatic event, in this case, the accident that happened. Symptoms of reliving include flashbacks, nightmares, extreme emotional and physical reactions to reminders of the event, emotional reactions, physical reactions as well. The second group of these broad types would be symptoms of avoidance, where it includes being overly alert now or easily startled, difficulty sleeping, irritability, outbursts of anger, and general lack of concentration, because these are increased arousal now, which falls into the third group. And in the symptoms of avoidance, we're talking about staying away from activities and places, thoughts that bring these feelings to you of trauma. So, I mean, we are talking about something that is not easy to deal with. We're also talking about one of our own. We're talking about somebody who is deserving of us pushing towards making sure that at least the very minimum that can be done in order to rescue a situation that is not looking that great at the moment. I would believe that is us doing our bit as well. There are many people suffering all over the country. There are many people suffering all over the world. We cannot fix every single situation that is out there, but we can choose to attack one at a time up until we see how best we can assist these people in recovering. We are talking about the accident that has injured the arm and body of Mr. Silk Damoy. And we are talking about how we need to raise 65,000 Rand in order for a surgery to happen that can possibly save the arm of the injured colleague of ours who just a couple of weeks ago was sharing the great news about being taken into another radio station from KNR and being able to flourish and fly and spread his wings even further. Now we have a situation where there is an accident that has taken place, and we as a family need to look at how we can assist. If you believe that you can come to the aid of the cause that KNR Cares has just announced to you, as well as Mamfene, who did so at the end of Social Crossover, please contact Keith Ngesi Radio on 043 012 5009 or email info@keithngesiradio.com if you'd like more information on how you can assist Silk Damoyi. Today, we stand with Silk Damoyi. Let us see how we can assist his situation. The more we can do, the better it can be. And we don't stop the push to become better humanitarians and better people, while always remembering that KNR cares.
We are extraterrestrial. We are.